Today we're going to be tying what I call a spider bunny popper. This design comes from a friend of mine. We're going to be using a couple different materials. We're going to use a little bit of ice dubbing, red, 140 denier thread, some crazy legs, black and red crazy legs, and a black and red foam. And we're going to be using a Ducati 1120 curved hook, size 6. This pattern can be done in multiple colors, multiple different ways, different types of legs, different foams. I've got a white and green foam here with a chenille underbelly and some yellow and orange crazy legs. I've got another design, spider bunny popper, that actually we used a fire hackle. The fire hackles just died with the yellow tips. Okay, we're going to start with our 1120 Ducati curved hook. I need to place it in the vise with the shank horizontal. Then I'm going to take my denier 140 red denier thread. Get this started on the hook. You want to go all the way down pretty much to the bottom of the curve. What I've found that the fish really are attracted to this red at the back. I mean, it almost looks like an injured bait fish or something to that nature. So I will build up the back just a little bit from where I actually start the foam. And you want to come back about a quarter inch back from the point is where we're going to start to tie in our foam. And what I'm using is just some regular craft foam that's got adhesive on both sides. I am just pulling the backing off and applying these to each other, and I'm cutting these in about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch wide strips. Then I'm going to cut off probably 2 inches or so. From there I want to cut angle where I want one end of the point where I create a tie-in point, just like that. And whichever color, it really doesn't matter, but whichever color you want to show up on the top of your bunny popper is the one that you want to start with. So if we start with the black up, that's where we'll finish, is the black will be up, or vice versa, the red up. I like using in the black and allowing the red to be in the middle. From here, all I'm going to do is just kind of hold that point at the back, tie this in, and start loosely. You don't want to pull too much because it'll twist on you. But once you get a couple of good wraps and get this thing snug down, it's going to sit very nice for you. Tie that in. I'm going to put a little bit of dubbing wax on my string. I'm going to use a little bit of hair ice dubbing. Not a lot. I'm just going to dub this out here. And you can build this up quite a bit. Because you're going to be putting the foam back on top, so you can have quite a bit because you're actually going to utilize it. We're going to pull it down to make it look like some smaller legs underneath the popper. From here, all you have to do now is you're just going to pull the foam back, and you're just going to you're going to look and see where the front of the hook is, and I'm going to pinch it and kind of go make about 4 or 5 good wraps. Pull it down. And at this point, I like to take a little piece of Velcro, and then I can kind of pull the legs down, and then we can kind of trim that up as we need to. Once you get this tied in, you're going to pull it back one more time, and that's going to allow that red to be in the center. I'm going to make a couple of wraps on the outside the eye of the hook. Then I'm going to come back probably about to the point of the hook, and then I'm going to kind of start to cinch this down, and I'm going to create that front. This is what's going to create our popper motion in the water at this bulk front. When it pulls down into the water, is going to create the bubbles. Make a couple of wraps through there. Okay, from there, then I'm using a Hairline Dubbing Incorporated. It's a black and red tipped Crazy Legs. We're going to use 2 of these, one on each side. So what I do is I put the 2 ends together, pull it to the center, and then I will actually rotate these. So I've got one black and a red on each side. Just going to grab the center here and just going to make one wrap. Just kind of get it pulled in, and go to the other side and do the same thing. Take the Crazy Legs, cut in the center, reverse colors. You can use any color that you want. This kind of set up here on the side. It's up. It creates a good spider looking profile. 2 good snug wraps in there will be good. And I'll kind of pull these back, and then I'm going to work my way back up to the front of the eye of the hook. And I put a fairly decent head on it. I'm going to build that up. Get a good taper. So do that. Just going to do a whip finish. Trim that. Want to put a little bit of head cement. Then to create what I call the bunny look, we're going to come back about 3/8 of an inch. We're going to trim the top here. I'm going to take and I'm going to cut in the center. I'm going to take my scissors and go all the way down to its back and just barely touch the tip on its back and just make one cut and V it out. And then I'm going to cut these ends off at an angle. That gives me the profile that I want, allows it to ride up in the water. You can leave these legs long. I've done them short, I've done them long. It really just depends. I'll take the front two here, and I'll kind of pull them together real easy. I don't want to stretch them. You don't want to stretch them to make them shorter than they need to be. And I'll come about 1.5 inches. And then I'll trim them out. Then I'm going to take the back set of legs and I'm going to do roughly the same thing. I like them about, I just kind of even them up. It creates a real good pattern. It's a very simple, quick pattern. You can do this in about 2 or 3 minutes. But it's a very, very good, effective little bass popper for bluegill, smallmouth, largemouth, any small stream. It's a very effective fly. I'd like to thanks for watching another video from Silent Harvest Outdoors Productions. Stay tuned. We'll be doing some different flies this week, and thanks for watching.